Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. Find those streams online on the TaylorvilleDailyNews.com, Facebook, or on YouTube at WTIM TV. I'm here in studio with the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce. I have Tom Calvert in studio. Great to have you along, Tom.
Thank you.
I also have Executive Director Linda Allen. Great to have you back, Linda.
Thank you for having me, Avery.
So, while we're in the middle of the Creighton County Ag Fair, I know with that there's a chili competition coming up Saturday. Going to be a lot of fun. Lots of stuff going on at the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce.
It really is. Linda. It's always a busy place. We have a lot of things going on right now. I want to touch on business after hours we had scheduled for Hope House, and I think it was June, and it was the hottest day of the year. So we couldn't have it. So we moved it to what was supposed to be yesterday, and again, swelteringly hot. So we have talked to them, and we're going to do a pop-up for them, and we're going to announce it in September. So we figure when it's cooler, a lot of people want to see what they have done out there. I do too. So that's something I want to touch on. In August, we're going to have our after hours at behind locked doors. That's going to be really cool. She's going to have games set up. We've got the rest of the year booked out. We're going to announce that. But yeah, just too hot for this right now. And then we're going to the fair today too, because they're having the Ag Appreciation Lunch.
Yeah.
Are you going to that?
Yep.
I have tickets. Do you need tickets?
No, it's today. The Senior Appreciation Luncheon was yesterday with
right.
the chicken dinner.
So what is today?
Ag Appreciation Luncheon.
Okay.
With RFD Radio Network's The Lost Yankee.
He's really excited.
Really?
Yes, super excited.
And they have a good pork chop.
Yeah.
I really that's a memory for me every year.
The pork chops.
That's why I go to the fair. That's,
right.
That's
it.
It's all about food for me, but yeah. So that is today. So we'll be out there in the beer tent, right?
Yeah,
that's where it's at.
So the main pavilion beer tent,
and it's generally cooler in there because they have the shade and the shelter. So
it's a pavilion, but everybody calls it.
I know. I want to call it a beer garden.
It's a beer pavilion.
Beer pavilion.
But
there you go.
Everybody calls it a tent.
It is.
It's both.
That's where the chili cooks are going to be too on Saturday.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So that is coming up. So, real quick, me and Tom want to talk about something.
It's not. It's kind of. You want to put it off, but you still got to talk about it because
the uncomfortable.
You don't want to leave anybody unprepared, and it has to do with preparing a will and getting things ready for the people that have to clean up after you if something would happen to you.
Yes, and there, I think it's weird, but you do have to talk about it. You have to prepare, because I think if you see someone go through it that didn't have that done, you learn really quick what you should be doing. So I have been kind of talking to my friends and
harping.
I might have been harping at him, but there's Randy. Oh, I got to harp at him too. I wonder if he has his done. So you have to have your will done. You have to. You should, because it's not that hard. It's preparing your family to be able to take care of business when you're not here anymore. Because business does go on.
Power of attorney and your health care, your doctors, what they want to do, what you want, your expectation of what you want done, if you don't want done, who's going to pull the plug, all that kind of stuff.
Designate which kid is going to do that. Because I think
plug in mom or plug in your phone. What are you going to do?
That's it's very important. Or don't steal that guy over there's plugs. Your mom could stay alive because you love her more. I don't know, but those are things
that's making light of the situation, but it's serious.
It's serious. It's important. So I think I've gotten 4 now to go do it, and it's important. You sleep better. You do. Yeah. So something I realized as I was talking to my daughter about this morning, I failed to do the most important thing and tell everyone where everything was. Where's the keys? Where's the box? Who do I go talk to? Out of all that planning, I forgot to tell my kid. So that's taken care of now. So Tom is also taken care of. I went through Beth Brotherton. She's a chamber member. Beavers. What is it now? Beavers? Calvert. Brotherton Fish. And then he did the same. So
one more time. What was that? One more time?
You can make me do that again. Okay, what if we go back and forth? Beavers?
Prepare your will.
Yeah.
And we had it done locally here in town. You can do it locally wherever you are. But hit a lawyer. They'll help you out. Work through all the things. Like she said, went through Beavers, Calvert, Brotherton, and Frisch.
Okay. All right,
And
thank you.
it's pretty simple. If you have property, even if you have dogs,
Who's going to take care of your animals when you're
what are your
gone?
wishes? What are your wishes? And you don't really want your family to have to assume that role when they're grieving or figuring it out. We are looking to do a lunch and learn here in the future on this because it is a pretty important topic. And I think that once you really think about that, you want to take care of business.
And for such a serious type thing, a lot of families get in arguments that don't necessarily have to happen because of things that weren't decided. I was her favorite. They wanted me to have that. Well, that's not what the will says because we don't have a will.
Mm-hmm. That will
kind of
avoids
things,
a lot
right?
of that.
So,
and then your property won't go into probate, which
right.
is just not good. Then it could be up to how many years? You could just be looming.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, you're gone. Your family's looming. So your wishes expressed ahead of time are the best option.
Okay.
Right.
So
Gotcha.
that is good. So
All right.
morbid but important.
Well, yeah.
Life goes on in
Uncomfortable perhaps, but as you mentioned, it's a perfect opportunity to mention and prepare.
It's true. And tell them where the keys are.
Yep.
And if you're keeping it at home, make sure your items are in a fireproof box or something fireproof.
That was another thing I learned. You can't put
Right.
it in a bag like that leather bag. It's not fireproof. I learned
Right.
that. Not
It's
that I
handy, everything's handy together, but it's not secure because in case there would be a fire, you never know.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
Plastics don't necessarily work very well, etc.
No.
You get the idea.
And the other important part was you have a copy when you leave there of all your wishes, your power of attorney, your healthcare, your blah. They also have a copy that they keep at the office. So should it get lost or should the house burn down and that box is gone, I don't know how that works. But
I got a permanent copy, and then he gave me a copy
Mhm.
copy of that.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
if for some reason you want to make adjustments or add things to that, the lawyer will indeed actually follow your wishes based on your copy that you keep.
and it's true, things change. Like in 5 years, you could have a whole set of different circumstances, and then you sit back and you look and you're like, oh, I got to take care of that. I
Don't
have to
even
make
have that
adjustments.
anymore. I already gave that away.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So it's important.
And again, the chamber member that handles a lot of this, Beavers, Calvert, Brotherton, and Frisch.
Yes,
So-
they handled ours.
And they are they on the square? Is that where
One
they're-
block off the square.
Okay. Yeah.
That first storefront building coming up on the square.
Don't have to go very far to make sure
don't.
everything is prepared. All right. So we got that taken care of per se.
Taken care of.
Yep.
Not that
We
anything.
have that. Now you have to.
Yeah.
Yes,
There you go.
and
I'm next.
It's not that we're gonna, well, hopefully we don't walk out of here and something happens. But if it does, that's okay.
Right. Because
It's not really okay, but we're
right. For you both.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I want to get into the chili cook-off coming up Saturday, but we got to run into a break here. Is there any other small events coming up here in the near future that we can talk about, or maybe just kind of recap?
Well, yeah, we have a few things. We are going to be doing a drive-through fundraiser. The chamber is for a fundraising effort for the Christmas in Taylorville. That's what we're doing this for.
Mhm.
And it's going to be on August 24th. It'll be $12 per meal. We're going to be serving it drive-through pickup style, 5 to 7 p.m. Tickets will be available online very soon. We're going to have them at the office. The dinner is, I got pictures and I was dying. It's a grilled pork chop, twice baked potato casserole. Have you ever had that?
Twice. So I've had a twice baked potato.
But it's just a casserole.
I've had a casserole, but I have never had a twice baked potato
Oh, it's so
casserole.
good. It's just that's again.
Sounds really good.
It's really good. So green beans, dinner roll with a butter packet. And we will be having these available very soon. And we hope to sell a lot of them. We have a member has reached out to us, Table Skilled Nursing and Rehab. They're having a carnival family night. Friday, August 5th from 5 to 7:30 p.m. You're invited to come out and enjoy the carnival, games, bouncy house, face painting, fun, and live entertainment. There's going to be a bike giveaway and more fun. So watch for that. We'll be sending that out.
Awesome.
We have the Christian County Historical Society sent us some information. They're having a 4-H auction.
Ooh, that sounds a lot of fun.
Christian County 4-H auction on Thursday, July 21st, 2020.
That would be today.
Today at the fair.
Yeah.
Beginning at 6 p.m. There will be fresh homemade breads, cookies. Oh boy, more food. Cakes, beautiful wood projects, new and vintage that have been given a new look. I think I need my eyes checked. rabbits, chickens, pigs, goats. They're going to be all kinds of things out there. So at the fair, 6 o'clock tonight, come on out. I mean, come out all day, but
they've been conducting a petting zoo this week, though, I think, too. It's really not.
They're
They're really doing a lot for the community. Those kids are great. They really are.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Linda. That print is very, very,
It's
very
really
small.
It's very small.
It's email print, if
It's very
anybody's
small.
familiar.
So we actually had a couple of new members sign up in the
You
last
only hold the
week.
paper for you.
It's like when you reach the age where you're starting to do this, get your will done, but then also, get your eyes checked. Shopco came in and they have joined the chamber, and that man was amazing. His name is Joel. I also then followed up and I did make an eye appointment because I think it's been a while. And the importance of like your lenses. Do you have the polar thing for the blue blocker for the computer? Everyone that works in office should have that. You should have your eyes checked. So I'm doing that.
Yeah, that's good. Good PSA.
It's a good PSA.
Have the blue screen filter.
Those things are harmful.
Mm-hmm.
I've really I think about all the years that I've spent in front of computers and everybody. Those phones, it's going to be.
Plus under fluorescent lights and all that kind of stuff. It's
the
just
lighting.
We recently just got our lighting done. That's LED instead of the fluorescent yellow glow. That
right. Makes a big difference.
It does. It does. It's nice and bright in here now. The camera doesn't seem to enjoy it very much, but that's okay. I enjoy it. Let me reintroduce you both. That's Tom Calvert, along with Executive Director of the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce, Linda Allen, right here on the WTIM Morning Show. Landmark of Taylorville, proud to bring you this stream on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com's Facebook and on YouTube at WTIM TV. You'll always do better with Landmark, along with People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first.
WTIM. Your information station, WTIM.
Welcome to the WTIM Morning Show. I'm Avery Cooper. Your stream brought to you by Landmark of Taylorville, where you always do better with Landmark and People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first. You can find those streams online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com's Facebook or on YouTube at WTIM TV. I'm here in studio with the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce. I have Tom Calvert and Executive Director Linda Allen talking about the chili cook-off coming up Saturday afternoon at the Christian County Ag Fair at the Christian County Fairgrounds. It's sure to be a great time, huh? Linda. Yeah. Have you been to this chili cook-off before?
I've been to the fair cook-off.
She's come out and had a few cold ones.
So you can have a beer and you
adult
can
refreshments,
judge it.
exactly,
Yeah.
or Pepsi.
It's fun to go. Like we do our own. Tom does our cook-off.
Right.
2 of them in October on the square, and then in May he does 2 over at the Palomino.
Right.
And then this one he gets to go compete in. He's not hosting this one.
Right.
Well, you seem pretty excited for this one.
I am. It's local, so I don't have to travel far. It's like 5 minutes from my house, but it's under the beer tent out there at the fair. It's an annual thing. It's a state cook-off, which is it's supposed to be more of a big deal because ours are regional cook-offs. The ones we have in October and the ones we have in May, they're regional. But this is a state cook-off. They have people traveling from across different states again, and they're competing for some big cash. And the bragging rights from the fair for this. And they're doing all 4 categories again this year. They're doing salsa, the home style chili with beans, the chili verde, and the red chili out there. So, and this one is actually run by some friends. They used to do one in the Sangamon County Fair in Springfield, which is New Berlin, whatever it is. And they don't have that anymore, the chili cook-off there. So they came to Taylorville, and Bob Hall got them and asked them if they would be willing to coordinate this. So they're friends of mine that are on the chili circuit. And he usually cooks, but now he's running it, him and his wife. And they're from Bloomington, Lloyd and Brenda Weir. And so they're going to be running this one this weekend. And people are signed up. From my understanding, all the numbers are good, but we can always use some more cooks. Or I don't know. I think you can check the fair board and see if they're still taking judges or whatever, or see the paper on Facebook or whatever. And I don't have their number, but you can call the fair board. They'll give you their number, and you can call them up and prepare chili. We got a lot of local people cook here this weekend, so that's really great.
So we were just talking about how the things you don't know behind the scenes that goes into when you come to a cook-off. So Tom was just explaining to us, I didn't know how you got your meat. How do you get your meat?
Yeah. How do you get your meat, Tom?
Well, a lot of people, when you cook at World, they want cube meat. And you don't have the time or the facilities a lot of times to cut the meat. So a lot of people go ahead and cube the meat here, freeze it solid as a rock, and then they take it in a cooler or in their carry-on the plane if you're going to travel that way. Or if you're driving, you do the same thing. And make sure it maintains that 0 degrees and all that stuff. And, most cooks, they're not going to serve something to somebody that's going to make somebody sick. If I wouldn't eat it, I wouldn't give it to anybody. But when I get there, I've traveled for 2 days and my meat is still frozen when I get there. Okay. And, you can take your stove, but you can't take the gas. You can take knives, but they got to be in your checked luggage, that kind of stuff. It's amazing. And then what you got to put under 50 pounds anymore so that you aren't charged the extra stuff, or they'll just make you take it out or whatever. Or you got to carry two checked bags, and that gets expensive. So depending, I'm going to go to Myrtle Beach in September, and I'm driving, okay? Because airfare, since the COVID and everything else, the price is jacked up high. I know it's going to be expensive to drive, but that's the price you got to pay, that kind of things. But I got my hotel room first before they jacked all those prices up, because it's helped a lot too. But you got to be careful and investigate,
And you plan these a year out at a time, right?
Well, when
you do the circuit,
when you do the circuit, actually usually the same people have the same cook-offs, the same time of year every year. And then we have to do the application, which you're very familiar with. And they have to have a sanction fee, which costs us money to put this on to make it sanctioned. And then they send us the cups. They do some advertising for us statewide, and they put us on a website. And then they tell us when it is, what is going to be available, the specifics as far as the location. You got to bring a tent. You don't bring a tent. You bring your tables, chairs, cooking supplies, all that kind of stuff. You got to have that with you.
All right. That's Tom Calvert, along with Executive Director of the Greater Taylorville Chamber of Commerce, Linda Allen. Great to have you both on.
Hey, thanks for having us. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
WTIM.